Good afternoon, painful brethren. You just missed a really large burp. I said, are you ready? And Hannah said, yup. So, right.
That was after the sadness and the flaccid microphone.
The flaccid microphone. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, this is Toxsispod. I'm Stacy.
I'm Hannah.
And, her microphone, we were just about to start, and her microphone just flopped over and went all flaccid. And she looked at me like it was the most offensive thing that's ever happened to her.
I was a little hurt. I'm feeling a little sexy about myself lately, and I was a little butthurt about it.
She's feeling herself, and the microphone is not. So we didn't put a podcast out last weekend because I suck, and my phone sucks.
Continuity error.
Yeah. So
we had 2 dynamite podcasts.
Yeah, 2 of them. One didn't record, and the other one just didn't save. And okay, I'm going to cry. Let's move on from this. So we're going to do some what we did last weekend, different stories, but we're going to do some Reddit stories. And we got some pretty good ones here. Some that I think might get our little Hannah here a little red around the collar, maybe. Steam coming out of the ears. All that good stuff. So, let's see. How's everyone doing out there? Good? Good. I'm glad. Good. Good to hear. Right? Yeah, we want everyone doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, let's start with, am I the asshole for being upset
Is that English?
That was backmasking, I think.
Oh.
Am I the asshole for being upset that my nephew wouldn't share his sweets? Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get into it. So this was put into Am I the Devil?
I wonder why.
Okay, so it's 4 years old, so it's an old one. This happened on Thanksgiving. My sister-in-law and her husband always host dinner. They have a 14-year-old son, Chase, while my wife and I have 2 kids, Betty, 8, and Sarah, 3.
Wait, hold on. Betty?
I'm really hoping
in
these
2021?
I'm hoping these are fake names.
Okay.
Chase and Sarah, cool. Betty? Where the fuck is Veronica? Or
Really?
Wilma, for that matter.
Or Jughead?
Or Barney. During making the meal, my sister-in-law sent Chase to the corner store for some milk. When he came back, he had 2 bags of sweets with him. My kids immediately wanted some and asked Chase. Chase told them no. I told them that he shouldn't have brought sweets into the house without expecting to share with his cousins. Sarah, in particular, she's the younger one, started throwing a bit of a fit. The sweets were her favorite. I told him again to share. Chase told me no, went to his room and hid the sweets. At this point, he was being immature. Chase is 14, by the way, so...
So
yeah.
he is immature 24/7 already.
One would think. So I told him to get the sweets, and I would give them out after dinner. My brother said to leave Chase alone. He doesn't have to share. I pointed out that he caused Sarah to have a tantrum. He was sent to get milk, not sweets. Sarah eventually calmed down, but after the dinner, she went into another meltdown because Chase opened the sweets and again didn't share. Not one. I called Chase selfish over this, but he went to his room and locked the door. We tried giving her slices of cake and pie, but she continued to have a meltdown, till my sister-in-law asked us to just leave, cutting the visit short. We ended up stopping at a store to buy her some sweets. I don't think it was much to ask for Chase to share with his younger cousins. Am I the asshole?
Well, I'm on a yes and no here because A, emotions are high in an 8-year-old. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Sarah 8?
3. Betty's 8.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought she was the 8-year-old. So
No.
she's 3 years old. She doesn't know any different.
No.
She doesn't understand why she's not allowed to have candy. So the kid didn't really have to flaunt them.
Mm-hmm.
He could have hid them. He could have snuck them in, and then he could have ate them in his room and not put them in front of her. So he was a little bit of a cunt.
Mm-hmm.
But, on the other hand, he's not responsible for her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He's not responsible for her wants and needs.
Exactly.
His parents are responsible for his emotional maturity.
Right.
And 3-year-old's parents are responsible for her emotional maturity. Because as children, we don't have it.
Right.
We don't know what we're doing.
Of course
We're
not.
little disasters.
Especially 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what the parents should have done is assured her that it's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel upset, that you can't have that it's not yours. But ultimately, that thing is not hers.
Mm-hmm.
It's his.
Right.
He's
Okay.
not obligated.
Oh, sorry. So there is an edit. Let me clear up some confusion. Chase bought the milk and sweets with his own money, but that doesn't change the fact he shouldn't have brought the sweets into the house around his small cousins. Everyone knows you don't show sweets to small children if you don't intend to share them, because they are going to ask. If my wife or I came into the house with something sweet, we share with them, or the kids have enough to share. Which I agree with. But the 3-year-old, I feel like kids have to learn at some point that you don't always get what you want.
Well, that's why I came back to parents are responsible for their children's emotional maturity. That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Once they're an adult, it's on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, teaching them that you can be hurt, you can be upset,
Mm-hmm.
you
Oh,
can
yeah,
get
I
mad,
agree with
you
that
can
completely.
cry.
What I
But
don't... Oh, sorry.
That doesn't change the fact that you don't always get what you want in life.
Exactly.
So she does have to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that.
What I don't agree with is that she had this major meltdown, apparently, and then they stopped on the way home and got her those candies. That you're not helping your situation. As the parents,
No, that's
you're not helping.
like a situation that I had come up at work where the person who screams the loudest and bullies the hardest gets what they want, which is not okay.
No.
She should be allowed to be upset, though.
Oh, of course.
In any fashion she likes, whether it be a
Definitely.
meltdown or not, but I would take her to the bathroom and let her melt out in the bathroom.
Well, that's all really a 3-year-old knows how to do when they melt down is just have a tantrum, right?
Yeah, so take her to the bathroom and let her fucking duke it out.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Let all the emotions out. And then talk to her calmly and say, these types of situations are going to come up a lot in life, and we're not always going to get those things.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
That's it.
But buying her the sweets on the way home, they just rewarded her quote-unquote bad behavior. You know what I mean? Not that it's bad behavior, but like
If she were older, I'd say yes, but because being 3 years old, we don't fucking know.
Yeah. But I will say, maybe it's just Gen X parenting or something, but when my kids melted down like that, I wasn't having none of it. I didn't smack them or spank them or anything like that, but I would literally just walk over them and ignore them until they were done with their meltdown.
Well, and then you talk to them calmly, yeah?
But then I didn't, yeah, exactly. When they calm down, then we can have a chat about what just happened. But then I wouldn't reward them for doing that.
I wouldn't either. It's like trying to have a conversation when one person's in a logical state and one person's in an emotional state.
Yeah.
You're not on the same level. You're not going to understand each other no matter how clear you are or concise you are with your words. If you're not in the right state of mind, it doesn't matter what somebody says.
Or in the same vein, trying to talk to a drunk person rationally. Not going to happen. Yeah.
So is he the asshole? Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Is the other kid a little bit of an asshole?
Yep.
I think so. But guess who's the grown-up?
The 14-year-old.
By the sounds of it.
So the first comment, you're the asshole. You're having a fight with a child over candy. My guess is your distress caused your daughter's distress. Or the fact that she's a spoiled brat with a crappy dad who teaches her that she deserves to have whatever she demands. Wow.
Agreed.
I don't know if I'd...
Harshly put, but
yeah,
agreed.
I don't know if I'd word it that way, but yeah. The moment he got her sweets on the way home, you can see how OP is training his daughter to be an asshole for life. You don't give in to a tantrum like that. You're the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amen.
I would concur. It seems to me my kids only really... I have 2 boys. They're like 32 and 26 now. So, yeah, this was a long time ago.
I only have one, and he just turned 16. And he only had one tantrum in public, ever.
Yeah,
one.
My boys too. Because I was just like, okay, you lay here and kick your legs and scream and stuff, and everybody will be looking at you and stuff. I'm just going to continue my shopping. And as soon as they saw me walking away, they were like, oh shit, she's leaving. What the fuck? I never would have left them.
No.
But they don't know that.
Mine, we didn't continue shopping. It was right when we were walking in the store, and he threw himself on the floor and started screaming and acting stupid. So I grabbed him by the scruff of his neck, and we went right back in the car, and we went home.
Mm-hmm. Now you don't eat at all. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we just went home, and then we tried shopping another time.
Yeah.
I'm not tolerating that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I remember his dad had him once, and he called me and said, Hunter's freaking out at the grocery store. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, he wants bananas. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, well, what do I do? I'm like, you deal with it. I'm not there. You have him. You're his father. Father him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, why are you denying a child fruit? It's bananas.
They're
it's not like...
When was this? Right now, bananas are like 77 cents a pound. Like 6 or 8 bananas is like $3. So back then, it was probably like $1 for a bunch of bananas.
Hunt was probably 3.
Fucking buy them.
So
it was maybe 90 cents for a bunch of bananas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Stupid.
Yeah, very. I couldn't agree more. So, what are we going to do next?
I would have just hung up on him.
Maybe I was sort of shocked. I was like, why are you calling me with this? I couldn't fathom it. I never called anyone for any help if something like that came up.
Are you Ashton Kutcher? Is this punked?
Right?
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll let you choose the next one.
Oh.
Okay. So, what are a couple of good ones? What should we do? Now, I wish I had some help here to choose. My best friend's husband did not allow her friends to attend their wedding. Or how to help daughter get past childhood abuse. Well, she just banged her mic. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Tough choice. I want to go with wife's friends not allowed to go to their wedding. Because that's a good one. Women fighting as grown-ups.
All right, let's see here. Oh, she's a long one. This was about probably 5 or 6 days ago. Okay?
Oh, fresh.
Yeah. My best friend and her husband are Muslim. Neither of them are particularly religious. However, they had to have a nikah, a Muslim wedding, which is mandatory to register a marriage in their religion. Religion, which they both weren't interested in. As soon as she got engaged, she started dropping hints to her friends, including me, about how her fiancé wants a really small ceremony. He wants to do it at his parents' house with immediate family only. He doesn't want to involve anybody who doesn't need to be there. God. Now, I have known her for 15 years, since high school, always transformed herself into a doormat for her boyfriends. So I told her she should invite whoever she wants because it's her wedding too. After months of changing her plans a million times, she decided on the family-only nikah. Oh, we have to pause because I think there's a big storm coming. Love you. Hold on. So I told her she should invite whoever she wants because it's her wedding too. After months of changing her plans a million times, She decided on the family-only Nika and 2 separate reception parties over the course of a week. One for their extended families and one for their friends, both of which I was graciously invited to, though. She was so indecisive that even a few days before it all started, she asked me if she should invite me, considering I was the only one driving distance away. I was pissed over all the ATP, I don't know, just ad, I guess. I was pissed at over all these different days she wanted me to set aside and still not be told for sure. I don't think this person is English. Like their first language is English. Kind of hard to read in spots.
ESL?
She'd already had tiffs with other friends over their confusion with travel itineraries because there was a bachelorette party and a bridal shower thrown by her family added to the mix, the latter of which we were invited, then uninvited from. I told her to do whatever she wants, and she never asked me to come. The morning of her Nika, I woke up with all annoyance behind me and a pit in my stomach that my best friend was getting married and I wouldn't get to see her as a bride. Then came the biggest blow. The fiancé's friends were all there, and their dates, too. It was all over their Instagrams. It broke my heart. Edit, his friends and dates aren't Muslim, if you think that was a qualifier. I am not a stranger to the fiancé either. We've hung out. I've met his friends, too. He's met all her friends. This was unlike our weddings, and the mess came with it. But why wouldn't she add her friends whenever he decided to add his? I was right here. She was my bridesmaid. She is my son's godmother. I didn't want anything to do with her wedding after that. My husband convinced me that I'd feel terrible later if I didn't attend at all. So we made an appearance at the quote-unquote friends reception. We picked that one because at least there was alcohol. The other events did not have it, as it would be frowned upon by the relatives, being Muslim and all, I guess, right? There she whined at me for not being more involved and leaving too soon. I haven't discussed this with our friends. I'm not the type to talk about people behind their backs. Isn't this what you're doing right now? They always find out. I'm not the type to confront or discuss my feelings either. I just want to stop putting my energy into this friendship. The sad thing is, we only have so few friends left as we grow old. What do you think of all this? This isn't an am I the asshole or anything. It's just a bridezilla.
I don't disagree with her. 15 years of friendship? Just to be cast aside like you don't matter?
Yeah.
I'd be pissed too. Only I wouldn't hide it from her.
No, neither would I.
I wouldn't put it on Reddit privately. I would just come at her face about it and be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I agree.
We're supposed to be friends. If I can't go to this, can't go to that, that doesn't tell me that I have any value or priority in your life.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. And I feel like with the husband, it almost sounds like, the isolation's beginning real fucking early in this marriage. Maybe,
depending on how long they've been dating to marriage, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about traditionally, is there something in the Muslim religion that you date for this long and then get married? Not that they practice their religion too much, but
I'm not really certain.
I have no idea. I don't even know if there's anything like that in Christianity. So
I'm not really certain. I have no idea. Not
I don't know.
My area of expertise.
But her changing her mind so often and stuff, that's a tough one. Like, I feel like he's being very controlling, but I also feel like she's standing up to him, but then backing down again. Is that what's happening here? It's sort of a tough one to get into. But to be like that with your friend of that long,
yeah,
I could never.
No.
I could never.
I've lost very large, very long friendships for less than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. Oh, brides, weddings,
yuck,
blah. So the abuse one How to help daughter get past childhood abuse. It's a very long one. Do you want to get into this?
Why the fuck not?
Okay, sounds good. Let's get her done. This is from 6 years ago. I got this one from Am I the Devil as well. Yeah. So, let's get her done. So I've recently been working things out with my 16-year-old daughter. When she was around 5 or 6 years old, I started hitting her and said many things that I now regret over her grades, piano, etc. Holy, Hannah's face is just... I know, eh? Gets right into it. I started hitting her.
How do you start anything with that? I just started hitting my kid.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the look on my face is fucking terrible, if you're wondering.
Yeah, it was like shock and anger and...
Is this a mom or a dad?
I think this is the mom, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Mom, too. I would have guessed a dad.
Mm-hmm. Before that, she was very extroverted and outgoing, but then she started to become extremely introverted and had a lot of trouble making friends and socializing. Yeah, I wonder why. That never happens when people are abused. Her grades were awful, and she got bullied a lot at school. Now, we have a very competitive social circle, and everyone else's kids were extremely intelligent, academic-wise, and constantly had all A+, while our daughter had C's and D's. Of course, none of the other parents hit their kids, which we now regret.
Collectively, we regret it?
So I guess
mom
it's both
and dad
of them.
double teaming?
I guess.
Yikes.
We went through some of the things that really upset her. And here are the top rangers. One of the things she's mentioned that really scared her was this. Once in grade 3, she threatened to kill herself. That's 8 years old, folks, grade 3. She threatened to kill herself after a very bad math test. We were at my mom and dad's house, and I was very upset that she'd threatened to kill herself over nothing. So I gave her a pair of scissors and gave her 2 options. Either she killed herself, and then I'd kill myself after, or I'd kill her and kill myself after. Once again, I regret this. What the actual fuck are we...
That's what I'm thinking.
What?
The look on my face is what the actual fuck is happening here. Because why is this something that you've chosen to do in your life? It's a reality. It's not just writing in a book. What? Wow. Okay.
There are some things that you would see like in a show or a movie or something like that and be like, oh, okay, come on, guys. You've gone a little far with this, you know? This feels like one of them. But anyway, she also mentioned that I would chase her around the house with chopsticks or hit or yell at her in front of other parents and kids, which made her feel very embarrassed in front of the childhood friends she grew up with. Another instance was how she wasn't allowed to cry too much at home or complain about the bullying. In grade 4, some kids made racist remarks at her, and she came home crying and wishing they died and called them bitches. I didn't react in the best way. I hit her for it, and she mentioned she had difficulty opening up to me afterwards about her problems. You think? Hannah's just fucking dumbfounded right now.
Yeah, I think that's the look that's on my face. Is just like absolute fucking ludicrous. Like, what?
But anger, too. There's some anger in your eyes there, so, yeah. Whew, this is a rough one. Finally, she thought our family was experiencing massive financial issues and a divorce. A divorce? What is wrong with me? When she was maybe in grade 5 or so, my husband lost millions of dollars in a poorly thought out business venture. Wow. Understandably, I argued with him many times and unfortunately did throw some things while she was around. I threatened a divorce, and during this time she spent a lot of time with the couple that owned a laundromat nearby. And she's mentioned that sometimes she wished they were her parents instead. Another thing she's never really recovered from due to this experience is how she dresses very poorly and economizes as if though she were living on food stamps. When we initially talked about this, she mentioned she didn't like my attitude. I kept telling her I could atone for it with my death.
What?
And I did get quite emotional and broke down and started crying and telling her it was all my fault. She mentioned I sounded sarcastic and not at all sincere, and that it was tough how she had to comfort me instead, especially since she was the one who had went through all this. I'm not proud of it, but I get emotional whenever we try to have talks about this and lose my composure. She's just making it all about herself.
Sounds like a narcissist.
Oh, wow. She has a lot of difficulty making friends still. Most people assume she comes from a very poor and uncultured family because she constantly dresses in ratty clothing that look like they came from a donation bin and is always very quiet, which is especially detrimental since she goes to a preppy private school. It's all about looks for her, eh? Like, she wants her family to just look picture perfect.
She's a Stepford wife.
Yeah, very much.
Keeping up with the Joneses. You don't look the way I want you to. You don't do things the way I want you to. You don't get grades the way I want you to. Mm-hmm. You don't make friends the way I want you to.
Yeah. Especially since all my friends' kids are getting straight A's.
But she also mentioned that all her friends' kids don't get beaten.
Exactly. Yeah. Neither she nor her brother are close with their father, who is constantly away on business or golfing trips. And they were both at some point of their lives raised by a nanny, which may have caused them to further alienate themselves from us. Blaming them.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just treating your kid like shit and beating them.
Alienating themselves from us. You might want to turn that. Just blame. Oh, I'm getting angry. Okay. She prefers the company of animals over humans, too.
No
well, who the fuck doesn't? And this bothers me, and I have no idea how to separate her from her pets. When she's upset, she spends hours in the pets room instead of talking with people, even though she's got severe allergies to her animals. It's also hurtful. Sometimes I feel like she loves her rabbit more than me.
I would, too.
Yeah.
The pets' rooms? They have their own specific room? Are they not allowed to be anywhere else?
I guess not. And the fact that she has severe allergies to these animals and she's in there instead of being with her family, that says a lot. Wow. Since I've stopped hitting her, our relationship has improved somewhat, and so have her grades and her social life. But she's becoming increasingly rude and disobedient towards me and her father, often lashing out or having temper tantrums over the smallest things. She's also paranoid about people standing outside her line of sight. Yeah.
Because she's going to be afraid that you're going to hit her, you fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
And attitude, she's a 16-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a fucking uterus.
Yeah.
She's got a
plus
whole
she was
bunch
abused.
Of fucking attitude in her. And on top of that, you beat her profusely for all sorts of random shit.
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
Groundbreaking.
You beat her for being bullied, pretty much. That's pretty much what she said at the beginning. You beat her for having feelings about being bullied, is what I should say. Oh. God. She's also paranoid about people standing outside of line of sight and often skips school, screams when people enter her room and tries to get them out as soon as possible, or has panic attacks, none of which had occurred while I'd been hitting her and yelling at her. Yeah.
I kind of hate this woman.
So are you saying that the hitting her and yelling at her were a good thing? Because she didn't have all these problems then? She was too scared to show the problems then. Because she knew she was going to be fucking beat up for it. Oh, I'm so angry.
Do you have another kid? Do they have more kids?
Yeah, a boy.
Gross.
A boy as well. Yeah.
Has he been beaten too?
Or
is it just her?
I think it was both of them. I realized that I have made a mistake. After her brother moved to another country, Despite her father and I's displeasure, and we do not wish to lose another child, I would have moved to another fucking planet. I'd be fucking rocketed up on Jupiter as we speak.
Like, I don't understand how you think your kids are going to want to be around you for the way you parent. Shouldn't even be allowed to be parents. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more. A psychologist diagnosed her with anxiety, depression, ADD, autism, a memory problem, and some other learning disorders. But she mentioned she didn't want to make a big deal and downplayed a lot of her issues in front of the psychologist for fear that it would affect her career in the future. Okay. I do admit that I didn't take the diagnosis seriously at first. How is she getting worse? I didn't know there was further to go, down. Like, yeah. I thought we had hit bottom.
Nope. But wait, there's more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm very angry right now. My husband and I didn't do any research and dismissed it as a way for the psychologist to make more money. But my daughter has been getting increasingly more agitated and often isolates herself in a room for many hours at a time, or had mental breakdowns, or mentioned she wanted to commit suicide over math. That's what it was about when she was 8, math.
A bad math test.
Interesting. Which had never been her strongest subject. Thankfully, she passed, like the math, and is no longer taking the subject. Whew. One thing that bothers me is how normal she acts around other people. She could definitely pass for a normal teenager, although she was quite strange in her preteen years. However, at home, she's often a nightmare to deal with all her screaming and paranoia. She's also stopped playing the piano on grounds that she has too many bad memories associated with it, and even when I try to coax her into it, she says she's uncomfortable playing, especially with people around. Can anyone provide advice on how to fix our relationship?
Kill yourself?
That's what I was thinking. Edit, she is extremely uncomfortable talking about it to a family counselor, so that's why we're resorting to the anonymity of the internet.
Is there anybody saying that she is a colossal piece of shit and she should kill herself? Just a curiosity.
So the first comment is a long one, and it's pretty much saying you need therapy too before you can have therapy with her, because I think they're having therapy with her right now, so that little girl cannot open up.
Well, yeah, I've always been a firm believer in people need their own individual therapy before you can put yourself into couple or family, because if you can't solve your own things, how are you going to bring into something else and solve with others? Yeah.
And how is she supposed to open up to the counselor if her abusers are sitting right there with her?
Openly admitted abusers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not going to do that for fear of being re-abused. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much go get therapy for yourself and then get family therapy. Animals seem to be her coping mechanism, so leave her alone and don't make her feel bad for wanting to spend time with her animals when she is having an anxiety attack. She obviously has some triggers that you are not paying attention to or just ignoring, like or playing piano.
You created.
Yeah. She flat out told you it brings back bad memories. Don't press it. That's a trigger. I can almost guarantee that playing piano when she was young, if she fucking hit a wrong note or something, she was probably hit.
Most likely.
For it. Ugh. This poor little thing. The way she dresses is such a small, quote-unquote, issue that's it's a little worrisome that is something you see wrong with her. Let her dress in what makes her feel comfortable. Every other aspect of her life is uncomfortable. Let her be comfortable in her own skin. This next one says, you have traumatized your child. She does not owe you to do family therapy with her until you have really worked on yourself. Are you in therapy? Your behavior was behind the pale. That's new. That's interesting. I like that. Behind the pale. Huh. And you need to figure out why you did what you did and be able to make a plan to be a healthier adult. Then maybe, just maybe, she will go to family therapy with you. I'll be blunt. This is a new one. I'll be blunt. You are a shit parent. She needs therapy. You are probably a lost cause. That's my favorite.
I'm hoping for worse than that. These people are being really nice to this mother who deserves a lot worse.
She does not owe you a thing or have to accept your apologies. You were her abuser, and now you deal with the consequences. I hope as soon as she is able, she leaves and never talks to you again.
Yes.
I want that for her, too.
Yep.
You're so unbelievably selfish and terrible. I hope your daughter never talks to you again after she turns 18.
I mean, can't you leave at 16 in some states? In some provinces? I don't know. I don't know if this is in Canada or the States.
And then the person says, like the OP says, we are trying to make amends. We are buying her so many nice things and offering to take her on a lot of trips. She keeps declining and pushing us away.
You can't buy love. You can't buy forgiveness. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Unless they are just gold-digging douchebags.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Money doesn't fix what you do to people. Money doesn't fix how you make people feel.
No. And then the trips, if she were to go on these trips, it would just, that's more bad memories and many more exotic places. So.
I wouldn't want to ruin the rest of my life with your bullshit.
Don't ruin England for me, you fucking bitch.
Right?
Fuck. Oh, that's just.
Nobody's told her to kill herself yet?
No.
Damn.
No, it's
so nice?
Politically incorrect to say that to people, but I think this woman should, get a strong rope, find a strong branch, and just do her daughter, her
Solve
kids,
the world
a favor.
A problem by getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Euthanize, perhaps?
Yeah. And it's called How to Help Your Daughter Get Past Child Abuse.
I thought it was going to be another family member, not you, the abuser, being like, hey, what do I do to fix this? Like, what?
Yeah.
The fuck is actually happening here? Maybe don't do it in the first place.
That was a fucking rough one. That was 6 years ago, so the kid's like, 22 now? Fuck, I hope she's gone. Hope she's got a great life all on her own, and I hope she's thriving and still in therapy.
And never talks to her parents
And never
again?
talks to her parents again. Yeah. I hope she sued them and took everything that they had, and I hope they're living on the street somewhere, begging for fucking
change,
crusts of moldy bread and maggoty meat.
Very graphic.
This is what I wish for you motherfuckers. Anyway. Stop, Stace. Tell us how you really feel. Okay. This is from 3 days ago.
Oh, another fresh one.
I ruined my wife's life.
Oh, do tell. How?
Let's get into the nitty gritty.
Is this an Am I the Asshole or just...
No, this is just, where'd I find this one? True off my chest.
Okay.
I, 27 male, ruined my wife's 26 female life. When I came into the picture, she pretty much had her life nearly perfect. She had her own business in full swing, and it was incredibly successful. She had her very active hobbies, which she partook in every day and blended it well with her work. She was very fit and in great shape, which was maintained in part by her hobbies of being active. She was really happy with life. Then I came along.
Sounds right. Carry on.
I don't mean to laugh, but it just sounds so
accurate.
Wah, wah, wah.
So accurate, perhaps.
Yeah. We fell in love basically immediately, and within a couple of months, she ended up pregnant. Oh, come on. She ended up pregnant? I think you may have had a hand in that too, my friend.
We just accidentally fell upon pregnancy?
Yeah. What are you, Mother Mary? She was nervous, but I was ecstatic. EXTATIC, I might add. We're grammar Nazis, Hannah and I, so yeah.
Gross.
She had the baby because she knew how badly I wanted a family. She had the baby because she knew how badly I wanted a family.
So she didn't want a family.
Not at that particular juncture in her life, I guess. The pregnancy was hard on her energy-wise. It usually is. It pretty much exhausted her to the point where she couldn't do any of her hobbies, which were all activity-based. So a lot like you, Han, her hobbies. So that was off to a bad start. As the pregnancy went on, her self-image took a plunge as her athletic body grew. Even though she bounced back to her pre-pregnant weight, she says she can barely even stand to look at herself in the mirror anymore. Probably because she was probably cut, you know? She was probably buff a little bit, like defined.
Well, I mean, that's how I am now, but still, even after baby, even being 40 pounds lighter than when I found out I was pregnant, my stomach is scrambled. I don't look the way I did. I don't like the way I look naked, even being 125 pounds and super fit and all that. I can see what having a baby's done to me and the stretch marks and the chunks of skin. And I know how she feels. Yeah.
Giving birth was traumatizing. 36 hours of labor. Her epidural failed, so she had to suffer through it naturally.
Me too.
Me too.
39 hours.
Well, with Hunter, Coulter was only 6 hours, but my epidural failed. And then with Hunter, I didn't bother getting one, and that was 36 hours.
39 hours.
And he wouldn't descend into the fucking birth canal.
I had front labor, I had back labor, and I pulled a muscle in my neck pushing and couldn't turn my head for 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I had to keep walking because he wouldn't descend into the birth canal. And then I found out why. He probably didn't fit because he had and still has a rather large noggin.
Hashtag me too.
18 inches. 18 inches? 18 stitches. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't get any stitches. But
I had 18 of them.
He was very top heavy. I think his head's still the same size now.
He's got a good sized melon.
Hopefully he's not listening right now.
He just laugh at
He just grew into his body just basically grew into his head. He had a very big head.
Yeah,
he couldn't even crawl. He just went from not moving to walking because he was so
couldn't hold
heavy.
his head up.
He was all head, I swear.
Zan, we love you, buddy. Where was I? I don't even know where I was now.
Labor was
incredibly painful. And then the hospital staff basically abandoned her to her own devices. They didn't show her how to clean herself or anything. She had to YouTube it. They also completely forgot to give her her prescription pain meds for a disability. The full 5 days we were there, so she suffered bad withdrawals, and ultimately they just cut her off of them. Wow.
You got to be in the hospital for 5 days?
Yeah.
I got shoved out less than 12 hours later.
Oh,
they were
yeah,
like,
no,
get out, take your baby home, bye.
I was in for 3 days with Colt and 2 days with Hunt.
There was 4 other women having a baby at the same time as me, and it was my first baby, and I didn't even have a doctor. And their nurse came in and was like, you can start pushing now. And I was like, what?
Who are you?
There's no doctor.
It's
what?
just some lady.
Yeah, just some lady that told me to
I
start
work in the
pushing.
cafeteria. Start pushing.
It was horrifying.
Oh, my God. No doubt.
0 stars. Do not recommend. They shoved me out the door less than 12 hours later. They're like, get the fuck out. Go home. Bye.
Jesus. Yep. Whew. When we came home and our maid basically let the house get filthy. Okay. The maid also let my wife's service dog out in the rain and then didn't dry him like instructed, so the service dog got skin infections. Those were expensive vet bills. Yes, we fired the maid. Then I had to go back to work right away because the job I got to insure us didn't offer paternity leave because of how new I was. The job I got to insure us. So they had insurance for the hospital.
Oh, for benefits. So
right,
this
right.
must be American.
Mm-hmm. God, it must be expensive to have a baby over there. I think the last time I looked, it was like $36,000 or something like that to have a baby in the States.
I can't even imagine having to pay money to have a baby.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Canada. Our baby was colicky, so it was hell on my wife to manage him while still trying to heal. And then when my wife did try to start her business back up, turns out it is almost undoable with a screaming newborn, which we preciously, I don't think he meant that, which we previously were led to believe that we could balance it between naps and such, but that was not the case at all. So my mother moved in to help watch the baby while my wife, the breadwinner, worked to keep a roof over our heads and worked to keep us and I worked to keep us insured. Now we found out my wife is pregnant again.
Oh, God.
Which I, of course, am thrilled about, but my wife, of course, dreads.
No way.
I wonder why. She's had it so good so far.
Yeah, being a
what the
mother
fuck?
is fucking wonderful.
Uh-huh. Nothing to it.
Not only does she have to be the mother and carry these things and shit them out, she has to be the breadwinner too. Like, what's your purpose?
Well, he's getting insurance for them.
Oh, so
through
that's
his
it?
job. Yeah.
That's the balance?
Yeah.
You have insurance, she's everything else?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking cut it loose.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Hey, look, a curb. Kick him to it. Also, a big falling out with my mother, who was getting controlling over how we raised our kid and tried to shut out my wife. So now she isn't in the picture, and because we need my insurance for the next baby, things are boiling down to my wife having to give up the business that she built to be a stay-at-home mom, which she hates. So basically, I came into my wife's perfect life and 1, put an end to her hobbies, 2, ruined her self-image, 3, crippled her business, 4, stripped away her identity, and 5, put her through a traumatic event that may mentally scar her for her whole life. And to top it all off, before people say, but you gave her a son, she doesn't love him. Every time she sees him, he is a reminder of how she was mistreated in the hospital. Every time he cries is a reminder of how she lost her business because of him. Every time he cries and wakes her up in the middle of the night is a reminder that her happy life is gone. I ruined everything that she loved, and she knows it. And I hate knowing that I'm the worst thing that's ever happened to her. Edit. Just woke up and haven't gotten through all the comments yet, but I feel the need to clarify. When we found out she was pregnant again, I was the first to suggest abortion because I know how much she hated everything prior and 100% will back up her choice. But so far, that choice is to keep it because she doesn't think she could go through with an abortion. Partially because she knows I've always wanted a big family, partially because she wants this time to be different, and partially because her family basically demonized her at the thought of it, so she doesn't want to lose them. When I say I am thrilled, I mean because I've always wanted a big family. Do you get the sense he's always wanted a big family? Like, what? Shut up.
Do you get the sense that what she wants and what anybody else wants doesn't matter?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Whew. And that was something we originally bonded over, having a big family, until the regret of the first one set in, and thrilled that so far she has decided to keep it. Wow. So the first comment is, perhaps now is not the time to have another child. I'd also recommend using condoms. I hope your wife finds a great therapist to help her. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Are the comments getting worse?
Let's see. His name on Reddit, by the way, is The Prophesizer.
What?
Yeah.
You should probably change it to The Loser.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I feel sorry for these people, but absolutely cannot fucking fathom how after a traumatic pregnancy she clearly didn't want, and he feels immense regret and guilt over, they still fuck without a condom. They must not be very smart people, the both of them.
Or one of them get fixed. Or birth control. There's many different choices to avoid using a condom if you desperately don't need it. Or desperately need to have sex without it. There's so many options nowadays. Fuck off.
Just titty fuck.
That's fair.
Can't get pregnant that way.
Right.
I feel like she's being pushed into a lot of this. Her family demonized her for having an abortion.
Or for thinking
having an abortion. Do you feel like maybe she was pushed a little bit by her family to have this first one? I feel like she may have been.
I would say coming from experience of trying to be a people pleaser, that I've done a lot of stupid shit for my partners that I didn't want to do to make them happy.
Yeah. Oh, haven't we all?
So I'm sure it's a lot of that, and none of us are born with emotional maturity, and most of us don't learn it from our parents.
Nope.
And don't learn it at all. So having tough conversations and hurting people's feelings and not wanting the same things they want is something that people would rather avoid than deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say, I don't like confrontation, it's actually, I don't want to feel the after effects of being honest about my wants and needs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier to just stay quiet. I've done it too many fucking times.
And the thing, like you said about, what'd you say, emotional maturity. When we do get it, it's almost too late for the big stuff that's happened in your life.
It's learned.
Like you're sort of past your childbearing years and shit. And you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%. We learn it way too fucking late most times, or not at all.
Or not at all. Yeah, I know a lot of people. My ex, I don't think he'll ever have emotional maturity.
Which one?
The last one there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say, like, all of them, you mean?
Yeah, all of them, but mainly the last one.
Especially him.
Yeah. I feel like she's thinking about everyone but herself.
Which, naturally, women and mothers do.
Yeah.
Put everybody else first.
Yeah. Because, I'm not sure if I read it right, but I think he wants a big family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he said it like 17 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it, bud, and you're a cunt.
Yeah. Yep.
And yes, you did ruin your wife's life. That is accurate.
Oh, very.
She's an idiot for letting you.
She had everything. Fuck. At 26 years old, she had everything. If her business was going as well as he makes it sound like it was going, she probably could have retired at like 35.
Or at least not live through trauma and losing all of the things that make her happy.
Yeah.
To make somebody else happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
And a dude whose only concern is having a big family.
No way.
And working to ensure said big family. Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder what his job is. Probably works at, I don't know. Who? I don't know. It's a state, so whatever. The next comment is, and he's thrilled. Her pain and chaotic changes seem, at a minimum, to be irrelevant to OP, and at a maximum, he kind of likes it. It does sound a little braggy.
Proud, even, perhaps?
Yeah, this whole thing, I ruined my wife's life. Hurrah, He
doesn't really sound remorseful at all.
No. No, he's Shakespeareing it up there. How I ruined my wife's life. Let me count the ways. Fucking douche canoe.
Amen to that.
All right. Holy fuck, we're going on an hour here. Let's do one more, yeah? Okay.
Last one, best one?
Let's see. This is from Am I the Asshole 5 years ago. Found it on Am I the Devil? Am I the asshole for punishing my daughter for not coming to my wedding?
Well, depending on what you say next, possibly.
Let's see what we got here. Motherfuckers. Okay. I got married last weekend in my parents' house, which has been in the family for generations. For health reasons, only immediate family were there. My daughter, 16 female, had been calling her new stepmom, 21 female. Wait a minute. She's only 5 years older than her stepdaughter? How old is his daddy?
How old's mom that's getting married?
I think it's dad that's getting married. Okay. My daughter, 16 female, had been calling her new stepmom, 21 female, names like homewrecker and prostitute, and I have been patient with her. She assumes I left her late mother because she had breast cancer. However, I did not leave her mother for having cancer. Nobody decides to have cancer. However, her late mother kept using her illness to devalue me and my sense of identity. She'd criticized the way I was taking care of her, and even stuff like my hygiene or the cologne I was wearing. Okay, can I just stop there for a second? As you know, my father died of cancer. So after going through chemo and stuff like that, he could no longer eat beef because it just tasted like full-on iron to him. There were smells that he could not stand anymore. This is because of the chemo that they get like this. So
yeah, my mom went through chemo at like 46.
Did she have any things like that?
Not a ton, but there are some differences, changes in smells, habits, likes, dislikes, food.
Yeah.
Clothes,
Yeah.
smells. Yeah.
There was one kind of soap. I want to say Irish Spring, but I'm not sure. It was all the way in the bathroom, far, far away from the living room where my dad was. We couldn't have it in the house anymore because the smell made him sick, and it was a bar of soap in the bathroom.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I've never gone through chemo, but speaking of somebody who has an extraordinary amount of allergies and a very, very, very strong sense of smell and hearing, there's certain bathroom sprays that I can smell them up front at work when we have to go through locked doors to get to the back.
Wow.
And the cinnamon bathroom spray, I can't even be around it.
I don't like
Otherwise,
cinnamon
my
at all.
face will explode into hives, and I won't stop sneezing, and I won't be able to breathe. So I understand that fully.
Yeah. I don't like the smell of cinnamon. It doesn't do anything to me. I just don't like the smell of it. Don't particularly care for the taste of it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
And I'm very allergic to it.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to it. I just hate it. Yeah. So, yeah, if anybody who hasn't had a loved one go through chemo or something like that, it really does fuck up your taste and smell and all that kind of stuff. She made me feel worthless, and I felt like she was projecting her own insecurities by saying the smell of my cologne was disgusting because she never made an effort to keep herself up, and despite the fact that I objectively found her disgusting sometimes. I stuck by her until my self-esteem was destroyed. I would work hard closing deals all day. What are you, Ward Cleaver? And be acknowledged. Wow, that really dates me, eh? Holy fuck.
Was he a realtor?
No, he worked at the office. I don't know. He just always was at the office. This guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mergers and acquisitions or something. Who fucking knows? I would work hard closing deals all day and be acknowledged for my efforts at work. And what? Okay, and be acknowledged for my efforts at work. Yet I'd go home and she'd criticize and nag about every ounce of my being. Yeah. I met her stepmom when I was in a dark place. She made me feel like I could be myself again. My wife made me feel unattractive and sexless. And my new wife, I felt alive. Just the fact that she appreciated me and felt physical chemistry with me made me want to do anything for her. I want to provide for her. Tale as old as time, you fucking douchebag. That's when I decided not to bullshit my wife anymore and file for divorce. Since then, my daughter's relatives from her mom's side had been poisoning her against me. I don't think they really needed to try.
No, you made it pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah. You were handing out the cyanide like willy-nilly, dude. As punishment, I took her car and allowance away. Oh, no, sorry. I missed the thingy. Sorry. There, I rewound. Last weekend, when I and her stepmom went to the site of the wedding early, we expected to see her drive to the wedding later. But instead, she ended up going to stay with her aunt. Everybody asked where she was, and there was chaos from my side of the family locating her. As punishment, I took her car and allowance away and have taken her phone away until I feel that she can learn to be respectful towards someone I very much love. and that it will be impossible for her to do that if she keeps having to hear from her late mom's side of the family. Oh, so you're trying to isolate her.
Late mom. So did her mom die?
Her mom died.
Oh.
My parents have called and said that I was being too harsh. However, even when things are tough, I feel I cannot let a child of mine believe that they can just do whatever they want. Am I the asshole? Yeah. Yeah, you're a big, giant, gaping asshole.
I don't even have enough words to describe how big of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very wordy.
She is. She's wordy.
Very wordy. And I just can't even... I'm still trying to process how big of an asshole he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's actively trying to isolate her from her mom's side of the family because they're, quote unquote, poisoning her against him. No, she just saw that you were being a complete prick to her dying mother, who, I mean, she could have handled it better, but this lady was dying. I think if someone's dying, they should be allowed to sort of say and do kind of whatever they want within reason, you know, like they're going to have real bad days where their mortality is going to be.
Well, especially going through chemo, it literally kills you. It's awful.
Yeah. And he doesn't say anything about if maybe she went through the chemo and then found out that it did nothing and then you're actively dying. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of detail to it.
He doesn't say anything about that. But the fact that she is now dead tells me that that's sort of the way it went.
Well, yeah, because he eventually said late mother, which means at some point she had died
Mm-hmm.
beyond this. So now this girl has no mom
Mm-hmm.
and has a stepmom who's 5 years older than her. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted that none of this has anything to do with the stepmom. It's not her fault.
No.
She is not responsible.
She could be the nicest fucking person on the planet.
Well,
we don't know.
And I was going to say, most people will be like, homewrecker, bitch, whore,
Mm-hmm.
this, that. The other woman is not responsible for your man's loyalty.
No.
Every human being is responsible for their own decisions.
Yeah.
Every human being is responsible for their own fidelity. Every human being is responsible for their own fucking choices.
Mm-hmm.
Period. End of story. So no matter how much you want to hate that woman, it's not her fault.
No.
She's entering into a partnership with somebody, whether that somebody was already previously taken, she's not responsible for.
Right.
Does it make her kind of a dickhead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it takes two to
But
tango,
ultimately,
you know? So
if she was a single person engaging with somebody, she is not responsible for somebody else's vows to somebody else.
preach, sister. And
Just
the
saying.
fact that you were talking about emotional maturity, this little girl is lashing out at this woman for all the wrong reasons. She doesn't know that yet. She's 16.
She's young.
But who else does she have to lash out at other than her father and this new woman? Her mom just died. It probably, pardon me, seems like to her, wow, it probably seems like to her that they're trying to replace her mother.
Well, yeah. She's 16 years old.
Yeah.
She's emotional as fuck already.
So of course she's going to lash out.
She just lost her mom.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to process that. Never mind processing that her new mommy is only 5 years older than her,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to process that her dad is an asshole at the same time and being utterly alone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine losing. My mom is my best friend.
Yeah.
I can literally tell her anything. We could do anything. We can talk about anything. We've suffered through everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine losing her now at almost 40 years old. Never
Mm-hmm.
mind at 16 years old.
Yeah.
I would have been fucking devastated.
Yeah, I'm going to be 50 next month, and I tell you, my mom is 78, and I want her around I actually want her to live forever, but even at 50 years old, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, it's going to feel like I'm 10 when my mom goes, like, whatever age I am. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to think about that because I love my mommy. My mommy's cool. Anyway, him taking taking everything away from her, took her car, her allowance, her phone. It's not like she fucking skipped school for a week. So you take away all her shit. Like, what? Yeah, she didn't go to your wedding because she didn't want to go to your wedding. You can't force someone to have the feelings that they're not having.
Well, and on top
you
of
have to
that,
give her some
if
time.
somebody is not wanting to go, why do you want to force them into that position to make you feel good?
Yeah.
And they'll sit at that wedding and possibly make everybody else around them miserable.
Yeah.
Or make the event
unbearable,
unforgettable in a bad way. Like, why would you want that? Or postpone. Maybe wait. Put it off. Take your daughter to counseling. Get her some help. Get her some closure.
Mm-hmm.
Get her some emotional support when her mom died. And then maybe get married later.
Yeah, a little bit of therapy maybe
important.
for the girl with her mom dying. And then you right away, daddy's got a new woman. By the way, you both shop at Forever 21. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
When you said about making the wedding unforgettable in a bad way, I totally flashed on Bridesmaids.
Right?
With the fucking chocolate fountain and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I flashed on.
Why? Why do you want to destroy something with somebody that doesn't belong? Because they don't want to. It's not... I understanding a wedding is about you, but...
Yeah.
If somebody else doesn't feel like going...
You can't make,
let them not go.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And if later on, if you guys all become a close-knit little family there, then maybe renew your vows in 10 years or something like that.
Have a do-over.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. He is an asshole.
He is. Big time. Just him. Not the daughter. Not the new wife. As far as we can tell, not the new wife. He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of context around it. She's super young, which is weird because we don't know how old he is either. Mm-hmm. He never mentioned. So he could be like 40.
I'm going to guess at least 40. He's got a 16-year-old daughter.
12-year-old wife.
Yeah.
Whatever turns a crank, I guess.
But
still strange.
Stepmommy could be a fucking dick too, though, because he's playing it up like he's been the perfect person with a dying wife. He didn't do anything wrong. He just found her disgusting, so he found a newer, younger,
unappreciated and
healthy wife.
And not getting sex.
Yeah.
So he went and got it elsewhere.
Yeah. Meanwhile, his poor wife was just, just dying. No big deal.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
He's definitely been stamped an asshole.
You channeled Owen Wilson there, eh? Wow. Oh, boy. So this week, Hannah and I are going to get tattoo touch-ups. Woohoo. Hers on her Call of Duty, right? Mm-hmm. Call of Duty tattoo. And her Rise Against tattoo. And me on my Toronto Maple Leafs. I better not get any hate for that, motherfuckers. Go Leafs go. I bleed blue and white. Yeah. So, you got anything to add, my love?
No, I think we've covered all of it today so far, anyway.
Were we too blunt? Probably. Did we regret it? No.
Not even a little. Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it for today. I wish we would have got the last two up because they were fucking dynamite, but whatever.
We're going to redo them again. I'll give it like a year or something like that, and, I'll definitely forget about them because my memory sucks, and hopefully she'll forget about them and have some good takes on them.
I certainly won't, but I'll try to pretend to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. We explored a lot today. The nephew that wouldn't share his treats, the Muslim couple with the best friend who wasn't allowed to go to the wedding, the mom that just blatantly hit her child repeatedly and then didn't know how to fix her abusive trauma.
Yes, wasn't she lovely?
Ruining your wife's life, and the asshole dad who let his wife die and got a 21-year-old wife.
Mm-hmm.
And his daughter hates him. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe. review, drop us a like. If you would like to help fund our toxicity, jump on over to ko-fi.com/Toxsispod.
Can I stop you right there just for a second? We are going to be putting bonus content on Ko-fi as well. And we are going to be getting like the 3 tiers, right? At some point? Right. Okay. Go on. Sorry.
We're not there yet. Slow and steady wins the race. But don't forget to catch up with us next week. I'm not sure what we have in store for you next week yet, but you don't want to miss it.
Do you want to know what we're exploring?
No.
Okay.
I want it to be a secret.
Quelle surprise.
So anyways, don't miss next week. Next Sunday. Same bad time, same bad channel. I don't want to steal that, but I might have just became Adam West. Until then, see you then, baneful brethren.
We love you. Bye.